Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we are cracking open a really powerful book by Dr. John Demartini called The Values Factor. We're going to zero in on one big idea that might just completely change how you look at your life, your goals, and honestly, your own potential.
You know, this quote really nails a feeling we've all had, right? We all want to live this incredible, meaningful life. But for so many of us, there's this huge gap between that dream and our day-to-day reality. So yeah, why is that amazing life so hard to grasp?
Well, Dr. Demartini has a name for this feeling. He says most of us are living in a state of quiet desperation. It's that feeling of being stuck, of just going through the motions. But here's the really important part. It's not because you're not motivated or you aren't trying hard enough. That's not it.
So what's the real issue then? The book points to a deep misalignment. A lot of the time, we're trying to live by someone else's rules, someone else's values. And you can actually hear the difference in your own head. Think about it. When you're following someone else's script, it's all pressure. I should do this. I have to go there. I must finish that. But when you're living by your own values, the language totally changes. It becomes inspired. It's, I love to do this. I get to learn this. I choose to be here. See the difference?
And this brings us to the big solution Dr. Demartini offers, the values factor. It's essentially a method for finding out what your unique hierarchy of values is, and then pointing your life, your goals, your choices directly at them. This is how you build the bridge from that life of desperation to one of real, genuine inspiration.
Okay, now here's where it gets really interesting. This is probably the most powerful and kind of counterintuitive idea in the entire book. It's this. Our voids, the things we feel are missing in our lives, they're actually the birthplace of our greatest values.
As Dr. Demartini puts it here, if you feel like you're missing something, whether it's knowledge or freedom or connection, that feeling of lack creates a powerful hunger for that exact thing. So your challenges, they aren't just obstacles. They're literally shaping what you value most. They're creating your purpose.
And look no further than Dr. Demartini's own life story for proof. At 14, he drops out of high school because of learning disabilities, a huge void in education. Then, after a near-death experience, he feels this void of purpose in his life. And what happens? Those exact voids became his highest values, the driving force that turned him into a world-famous teacher and researcher. It's amazing.
Okay, this all makes a lot of sense, right? But it brings up the most important question of all. How do you actually figure this out for yourself? How do you discover your own personal value hierarchy?
The book's answer is actually pretty straightforward. You don't need to go take some complicated personality test. Your life is already showing you, every single day, what you value most. The clues are all there. You just need to know how to read them.
So, how do you find those clues? The book suggests a simple life audit. First, look at your space and your time. What stuff fills your home? When you have a choice, how do you spend your time? Next, follow the money and your energy. What do you spend money on without even thinking twice? What activities make you feel energized, not drained? Third, listen to your conversations. What topics are you always bringing up? What do you just love to learn and talk about? And finally, look at your real long-term goals. Not the ones you think you should have, but the ones you are actually slowly making progress on. The patterns here, they'll spell out your true values loud and clear.
Now, when you start to align your life with these values, something really cool happens. Dr. Demartini calls it attention surplus order. It's like your brain gets a software update. It literally starts to filter your reality for you, so you naturally start spotting opportunities that support your highest values. Opportunities that before you were completely blind to. It's like switching on your own unique genius.
And activating that genius? Well, it's not just about feeling more focused. This alignment creates a massive domino effect that ripples across your entire life. We're talking about transforming your finances, your career, your relationships, your health, the whole shebang.
Which brings us right back to where we started. The secret isn't about finding more willpower or just trying harder. It's about finding your alignment. That right there is the key that turns that quiet life of desperation into an incredible life of true inspiration.
So, I want to leave you with this final thought. Just for a moment, forget what you think you should value, or what everyone else says you should value. Instead, just ask yourself this. What does my life, right now, already prove is most important to me? Because that answer, that might just be the key to everything.